Okay, let's get started, I guess. My name is Mike, and we do uh, sermon videos at our church, Connect Community Church in Hamilton, each, not every week, but most weeks, basically for probably about half a year or so. And we found that they're really engaging. And so I use tools like Sora and uh, Suno and other artificial intelligence tools to generate all of these videos. So what I will be going to do today is go through the process that I do to use ChatGPT and all of the different uh, tools and put them all together. So, and then put everything together, and then that will basically put everything as a process, and I'll walk through the process of how that all goes together. And I have the upcoming sermon that the pastor has given for this week, so I will walk through the process and go through all the steps from A all the way to Z to make sure that you know how that process is. It's a practical thing. So I will just basically go through here and show you what the what's going on. So this is basically AI assisted custom sermon intro videos. And AI doesn't replace creativity or calling. It supports it. We can use AI to get the message out. So we can write the vision, make it plain so that people will be inspired and run to it. So basically, I'm just going to give you the quick run through the flyby of the overview of what the whole process is. There's like a 5-step process, and this is 5 steps that we basically do. The first thing that you do is you prep and you get all of the resources, and then you would then generate the lyrics using ChatGPT. Then you would create your song using Suno after you have the lyrics. Then you plan your visuals, all of the things based on the lyrics that you had with ChatGPT, with Sora, with Envato, with the generative AI that's in Envato, or getting the clips from there, or from Lightstock as well is another resource that I use to get the clips from there and find out all of the visuals that will fit things through. And then after that, we have all of the visuals together and then bring it into DaVinci Resolve. So all of the resources that we have, unfortunately, there is a cost. And so the resources are all basically online resources except for DaVinci Resolve is software that you uh, download onto your computer, but Sora is a resource that you use online. Suno is a resource that you use online. You go to the website, you use that. Envato Elements is a website you find and have clips. Lightstock, the same thing. It's all clips online. DaVinci Resolve, as I mentioned, is the software that you download onto your computer and then do that. But there is cost for these. Mostly all of them are like monthly subscriptions for that. The most expensive one is Sora Pro, which is $200 a month. I actually have ChatGPT Pro, which I use for my other work as well. But the reason you have Sora Pro is that you have the ability to generate the videos without the watermark. If you don't have it, then you have then you need to, if you don't have Sora Pro, then it's going to have watermarks around. So if you want to generate videos using Sora, you can actually go and generate the video and then it will have watermarks and you can try that there, but it'll have little watermarks that move around. But if you want to produce something for uh, videos like for sermon and things like that, then you would just need to purchase Sora Pro, or there are some other websites that you can use that will remove the watermarks there, that you can purchase certain amounts of credits to remove the watermark from a Sora video there. So, and then Suno is $8 a month for that. Then they also have a Suno Pro, which is a little bit more advanced. It has a new thing which is very interesting called Suno Studio that allows you to go in and the generated video that you actually have, or I mean the music that you have, you can go in and edit that in Suno Studio to change things around if the music that you have isn't quite what you wanted. So that costs uh, basically 3 times as much with that. But I've had great results with that Suno Studio, or with the $8 a month version of that. Then Envato Elements is $225 a year or $19 a month. And then we have that has the stock video and generative AI as well on that. Then Lightstock is $49 a month, and Lightstock is a great place for Christian focused stock media. So you can do that and grab great resources from there for video clips. And then DaVinci Resolve is a one-time purchase. You can find places that oftentimes they will have sales for it every so often, and so you can find places that you can get DaVinci Resolve at a reduced rate, or if you get the certain hardware from Blackmagic, then you will get a license for that. So the so uh, I will just go through basically the process of all of the different things that we had. We talked about prep and upload, and gathering the resource was the first step. And so, what you need to do is communicate with your pastor or whoever's speaking and get the notes that they're going to be speaking on, or any special focus as well, if there's something that they are really getting the key point of that. And from that step, you want a Word doc and also the mindset of what the pastor is really thinking if there's a special focus on that. And then the next step would be to generate the lyrics. So you take that document and you put it into ChatGPT, and you're going to upload the sermon notes and prompt it to create lyrics with the special focus there. And then you're going to get the song lyrics that can be used to generate the song, and suggest also any potential lyric styles. If that from ChatGPT, I will ask it sometimes to get a specific style of what the lyric is, what it might suggest would be a good style of music to give to Suno. So if you go to Suno, then we take the lyrics and then we put that into the lyric box in Suno, and then any suggested styles. And also you can add a title of the song if uh, ChatGPT gives you a title, or if you think of a title that you want to actually call the uh, song, or if you want to call the song something that you thought of, or if the pastor has a title in mind. And from that step, then you're going to get the actual song on that. Then after that, you have the actual song, and then I will generally put that song back into ChatGPT, have it analyze it for the timing, and then I'll ask it to give a breakdown of the clips that we're going to use to search for, or the prompts that we would have to generate the AI videos from Sora or from uh, the Envato elements. And then after that, then you basically lather, rinse, and repeat to find the clips on that, or generate the clips, and then that's great. Then the clips you put together in DaVinci Resolve. Um, so once you have all the clips, then uh, you put the clips into DaVinci Resolve, and the final one is to put the clips together. You put it into DaVinci Resolve, and then you put everything all, you organize everything in DaVinci Resolve. So you've got all your resources, your clips, your audio, and you bring it all into DaVinci Resolve, and then you put everything, all the clips in the appropriate spot in your timeline in DaVinci Resolve, and then add any transitions and effects sparingly in DaVinci Resolve to put your final video together. And that's going to be, once you get to that step, you have your final video. So that's basically a high overview of the process and walkthrough on that. And it's actually time to actually get down and dirty and do the actual uh, rubber meets the road, time to actually go through and do this stuff. So let's just go here, and I will just start here. Let's go in and start up DaVinci Resolve. Usually that's my first step that I do. So I'm going to start and so it actually, if you have any questions at all through the process, please feel free to um, put any questions in the chat. I can bring them up on the screen and we can discuss them as if you have need any clarification on that. Okay, so I have DaVinci Resolve, and then I'm just going to bring it into my church folder here. And then I'm just going to see here what the name of the, here I have a little bit of I did a little bit of prep work here of what the sermon is. So it's going to be from call to action is the sermon title. So I'm just going to create a new project here from call to action. Here we may change up the name of things as we actually go through and generate things, but we'll just do that. And the first thing that I do, as I mentioned, I like to keep things organized in DaVinci Resolve by making things set up here. So I go to my edit screen here, and then what I like to do is create bins here for my audio, and then also another bin for my clips of the video. So we'll create another bin for clips. There we go there. And then my timeline just lives in the master here to create that. So we go in through and create things and just keep things organized nicely in our our uh, project here in DaVinci Resolve. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to go in and we're going to go to uh, ChatGPT, and we're going to upload our document for our word for our sermon here. So let's see, grab this and we'll go to the, I think we browse for the folder that was there. I think it's going to be, bear with me here. Okay, so here's the notes that the pastor gave to me. So I'm going to upload that. And now we're going to ask ChatGPT the prompt. So we'll say, please, I like to be polite with my prompt, please create song lyrics for the sermon notes in the Word document I have uploaded. Give a couple of actually, you know what? I sometimes I tell it to give like a couple of verses and a chorus or whatever, but sometimes it's good enough to just let it analyze how much is there, and it'll give uh, certain things, and it'll give an outro and stuff. So let's just see what it does with this. And over time, it has learned from the number of times that I've done this what it kind of expects as the style of songs that we kind of do here. Okay, so it's picked up from call to action. So verse 1 is, what now, God? You called my name from the fire in the dark, showed me the power, showed me your heart. Now I'm standing at the edge of the road, with fear in my hands, with faith yet bold. You said, go back, I will be with you, but the weight of the calling feels heavy and true. And there's a pre-chorus. before the sea ever splits in two, there's obedience you're calling me to. Now, this is from Exodus 4, and this is where basically the story is uh, when Moses and the people of Israel are about to leave to go through the Red Sea. And so this is why it's telling us about before the sea splits in two, that story on that. And so it's bringing this into here. And so this is the story about the plagues and things like that. So now we have into the chorus. Go away, Claude. Oh, oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Okay. From call to action, I'm learning to move, trusting the steps you're telling me to. Even when fear is louder than faith, I'll follow you forward. I won't hesitate. From call to action, not just what I say, but how I obey you day after day. If you called me, Lord, I will go from the burning bush to the long unknown. And then verse 2, getting the ducks in order. Unpacking my bags, setting things straight, talking with faith, talking with family, counting the cost of faith. You gave me the sign, you gave me your name, but Pharaoh's heart will not bend the same. You said, I will harden, I will decide. This isn't my strength. It's not, sorry, it's you on my side. Before the victory comes into view, there's a plan you're asking me to walk through. From call to action, let's see, is it the same chorus? Yes. So it's the same chorus. Even when fear is louder than faith, I'll follow. Hesitate. Call to action. Not just what I say, but I'll obey you day after day. If you've called me, Lord, I'll go from the burning bush to the long unknown. And now there's a bridge. Holiness matters on this road. You won't be carried but by yesterday's vows. Close obedience, a yielded heart. Serving you means being set apart. I won't run ahead. I won't fall behind. I'll stay close to you with my life aligned. And then there's verse 3, get started. You sent a voice to walk with me. You sent a brother who could see from mouth to mouth, from heart to heart. The word is moving. The mission starts. We obey not the message, but we obey not the message, but the God who spoke it first. And chorus, final, bigger. And this is also interesting with the chorus, final, bigger. When you bring that into Suno, it will pick up on that and use that as a key. So from call to action, here I stand, faith in my feet, future in your hands. No more waiting, no more delay. Today is the day I choose your way. So this chorus is different. From call to action, I step out now with prayer and your word. I make this vow. If you've called me, Lord, I will go from planning the path to walking it out. And now there's an outro. From call to action, I'm moving now. Optional tag, getting started, getting started. Okay, so that's basically the lyrics that it's generated. And then it gives you some next steps about adapting it. And I generally ignore this because it's not the purpose of the song here. But what we can do is we're going to take all this and then we're going to go to Suno. So we're going to take all the entire song, including the title. We're just going to copy it all. Like so. And then we're going to go to Suno. Then we're going to go to create. And then here we're going to paste this into our lyrics here. And Suno is great because we're going to take this title here and we're going to take it out of here and we'll put it into, there's spot, where's the title? Song title. There we go. And sometimes if there's a specific style that you want to do, if you want to make it like a rap or techno or whatever, then you can choose a style of stuff like this. But oftentimes I will just let it analyze what the song is, and it will pick up the style and do different variations of what it thinks is appropriate on that. So generally I just basically put the lyrics in here, and then unless there's something, sometimes it will generate similar songs from the lyrics of what are, so it'll be like just general worship ones, and then sometimes I will decide, you know what, let's change it up and let's do something that's like more, you know, out of the box, and so I'll do one that's like, you know, R&B or electronic or something like that, just to change things up for people. And it's like, oh my goodness, that's completely off the wall, not necessarily off the wall, but like just out of the box on that. So I will do something like that, but let's just see what it does here with this when we do this. So let's just create here and we'll see. So and so you can see here it's going to create two, and it's actually done here. So let me know if you can actually, let me know in the chat here if it actually, if you can hear this, that it's done here. So let's play what this has here. So can everyone hear that? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear that. Oh, oh, can't hear it. Okay. Let me go back and see here why I can't. Oh, you know what? I think I need to switch up here what the, change my audio settings there. But everyone can hear me though, right? Because that's good. So let me change up the, give me 1 second here. Okay, I've set things up here now. All right, let's try and go back here and see if you can hear.
You called my name from the fire in the dark. Show me your power, Show me your heart. Now I'm standing at the edge of the road, with fear in my hands and a faith not yet
Scott Boozer
bold.
says yes.
You said go back, I will be with you, but the weight of the calling feels heavy and true. Before the sea ever splits in two, there's obedience you're calling me to. From call to action, I'm learning to move, trusting the steps you're telling me to. Even when fear is louder than faith, I'll follow you forward, I won't hesitate. From call to action, not just what I say, but how I obey you day after day. If you've called me, Lord, I will go. From the burning bush to the long unknown. Getting the ducks in order. I'm packing my bag, setting things straight, talking with family, counting the cost of faith. You gave me the signs, you gave me your name, but Pharaoh's heart will not bend the same. You said I will harden, I will decide. This isn't my strength, it's you on my side. Before the victory comes into view, there's a plan you're asking me to walk through. From call to action, I'm learning to move, trusting the steps you're telling me to. Even when fear is louder than faith, I'll follow you forward, I won't hesitate. From call to action, not just what I say, but how I obey you day after day. If you've called me, Lord, I will go. From the burning bush to the long unknown. Holiness matters on this road. You won't be carried by yesterday's vows. Close obedience, a yielded heart. Serving you means being set apart. I won't rush ahead, I won't fall behind. I'll stay close to you, with my life aligned. You sent a voice to walk with me, you sent a brother who could see. From mouth to mouth, from heart to heart, your word is moving, the mission starts. We obey not the messenger, but the God who spoke it first. From call to action, here I stand, faith in my feet, future in your hands. No more waiting, no more delay. Today is the day I choose your way. From call to action, I step out now. With prayer in your word, I make this vow. If you've called me, Lord, I will go. From planning the path to walking it out. From call to action, I'm moving now. Optional tag, optional tag, optional tag. Get started. Get started.
Optional tag. Optional tag. Let's see what this statue version.
You call my name from the fire in the dark. Show me your power, show me your heart. Now I'm standing at the edge of the road, with fear in my hands and a faith not yet bold. You said go back, I will be with you, but the weight of the calling feels heavy and true. Before the sea ever splits in two, there's obedience you're calling me to. From call to action, I'm learning to move, trusting the steps you're telling me to. Even when fear is louder than faith, I follow you forward, I won't hesitate. From call to action, not just what I say, but how I obey you day after day. If you've called me, Lord, I will go. From the burning bush to the long unknown. Get in the order. I'm packing my bags, setting things straight, talking with family, counting the cost of faith. You gave me the signs, you gave me your name, but Pharaoh's heart will not bend the same. You said, I will harden, I will decide. This isn't my strength, it's you on my side. Before the victory comes into view, there's a plan you're asking me to walk through. From call to action, I'm learning to move, trusting the steps you're telling me to. Even when fear is louder than faith, I follow you forward, I won't hesitate. From call to action, not just what I say, but how I obey you day after day. If you've called me, Lord, I will go. From the burning bush to the long unknown. Stay upright matters on this road. You won't be carried by yesterday's vows. Close obedience, a yielded heart. Serving you means being set apart. I won't rush ahead, I won't fall behind. I'll stay close to you with my life aligned. You sent a voice to walk with me. You sent a brother who could see. From mouth to mouth, from heart to heart, your word is moving, the mission starts. We obey, not the messenger, but the God who spoke it first. From call to action, here I stand. Faith in my feet, future in your hands. No more waiting, no more delay. Today is the day I choose your way. From call to action, I step out now. With prayer in your word, I'll make this vow. If you've called me, Lord, I will go. From planning the path to walking it out. From call to action, I'm moving now. Ooh, I'm moving now.
So, of the two that we heard, which ones do you think? The first one had that little problem where it said the optional, which I would need to basically take out the optional tag because it actually sang that, which is, I shouldn't have put that in, um, but I will probably take that out and regenerate it. But of the two, which do you prefer? Number one, if you like number one, and number two, if you like number two. Stick that in the chat and we'll see which one. My preference is number one. Let's just give that a little listen at the beginning. I just like the instrument a little bit better than
You
the
called
voice.
my name from the fire in the dark. Show me your power, show me your heart. Now I'm standing at the edge of the road.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out that optional line again and I'm going to get it to generate again. It may give another more, a different version again, another couple. Okay, I'm just going to generate another couple and we'll see what it does there. Suno is pretty darn quick on the results, so we don't have to worry about it. Sora actually generating videos is like when we get to that point, you'll see that Sora is actually, it takes a little bit longer to generate videos, video prompts, especially depending on how busy things are. But let's see what it says here with these. Let's check a look.
Yeah, you call my name from the fire in the dark. Show me your power, show me your heart. Now I'm standing at the edge of the road, with fear in my hands and a faith not yet bold. You said, go back, I will be with you, but the weight of the calling feels heavy and true. Before the sea ever splits in two, there's obedience you're calling me to. From call to action, I'm learning to move, trusting the steps you're telling me to. Even when fear is louder than faith, I'll follow you forward, I won't hesitate. From call to action, not just what I say, but how I obey.
So there's that one. Let's check out what this one looks like in terms of style. Okay.
Hey, you call my name from the fire in the dark. Show me your power, show me your heart. Now I'm standing at the edge of the road, with fear in my hands and a faith not yet bold. You said go back, I will be with you, but the weight of the calling feels heavy and true. Before the sea ever splits in two, there's obedience you're calling me to. From call to action, I'm learning to move, trusting the steps you're telling me to. Even when fear is louder than faith, I'll follow you forward, I won't hesitate. From call to action, not just what I say, but how I obey you day after day. If you've called me, Lord, I will go, from the burning bush to the long unknown. Getting the ducks in order, I'm packing my bags, setting things straight, talking with family, counting the cost of faith. You gave me the signs, you gave me your name, but Pharaoh's heart will not bend the same. You said I will harden, I will decide. This isn't my strength, it's you on my side. Before the victory comes into view, there's a plan you're asking me to walk through. From call to action, I'm learning to move, trusting the steps you're telling me to. Even when fear is louder than faith, I'll follow you forward, I won't hesitate. From call to action, not just what I say, but how I obey you day after day. If you've called me, Lord, I will go, from the burning bush to the long unknown. Stay upright. Holiness matter on this road. You won't be carried by yesterday's vows. Close obedience, a yielded heart. Serving you means being set apart. I won't rush ahead, I won't fall behind. I'll stay close to you, with my life aligned. You sent a voice to walk with me, you sent a brother who could see. From mouth to mouth, from heart to heart, your word is.
So that's probably, I'm thinking of the 4 versions, because this one here has a the issue. I could probably go in and edit out that part, but I'm not exactly sure whether it would edit out nicely. Let me double check.
The road, with fear in my hands and a faith not yet bold. You said go back, I will be with you, but the weight of the calling feels heavy and true. Before the sea ever splits in two, there's obedience.
This one's more a worship style song. Although you know what? I like this one. Let's go with this one here. So once you basically choose a version, then what you can do is you can click on the menu here, and then you're going to click and you're going to click download. And then I like to click the WAV version because the WAV version is a better version that is higher quality a little bit. Not by much, but it's better. Than click download file, and then I'm going to click it and throw it into my audio here, and we'll save it here. And then once we do that, I'm just going to open that here. And then I do have 3 different screens, so I'm going to just basically take that and bring it up in DaVinci Resolve here, so that I'm just going to bring it and drag it from the one screen. I'm going to go into my audio folder here, and then I'm just going to take that and drag it over into my audio things here. And now I'm going to go back up to my master here, and then I'm going to go back to my audio here, and then I'm just going to take this, I'm just going to drag it down into my audio here and just make it back here. So just make sure, and just let me know if you can still hear when I play it in DaVinci Resolve, if you can hear it here. You should be able to hear it.
Hey, you call my name from the fire in the dark. Show me your path.
Okay, so let me just stop that. So once we actually have the audio, then we're going to go back to ChatGPT, and then we're going to go back and we're going to upload this audio. We're going to say, here is the audio song generated by Suno. Please analyze it for timing so that we can generate clips that so no, so that we can find or generate appropriate visualized clips. Let's spell things right. Doesn't from Sora or Envato elements, generative AI, or stock footage, or from Lightstock footage to make the final video. And now it's going to analyze things, which is great. It's going to find out how long the clip is and then try and analyze where the verse and the chorus is and the bridge and all of that on that. So that's a great tool to be able to, rather than me going in and to DaVinci Resolve and say the verse starts here and here, and that it will go through and try and analyze things, and it does a pretty good job of figuring out where the different uh, parts are on that. So let's let it go. Okay, I think it's done there. Okay, so let's go back here. So let's see what it said. Perfect. This is exactly the right moment and workflow to do visual. Okay, so let's see, audio overview. So it gave the total length 3 minutes 36 seconds. The intro, silence. There's a little bit of silence in the outro. Okay. Modern worship cinematic build. Okay, so then it basically broke it down. So there's 15 seconds in the intro, and then we have abstracts, and then what I have found that it will basically give general prompts here for finding things from either stock footage or Sora prompts. But what I kind of need to prompt it more is to give better prompts for each of the different clips that I need to do in order to do this. So this is the in the presentation step there. This is like actually the point of getting the clips from finding it from Envato elements or from generating the clips in Sora, etc. And this is the part that really is the time consuming part here. So we take all the ones that are there, and I generally use Chat GPT to uh, get more detailed, specific ones there, but it's actually doing a decent job of breaking down the verses here and the timing of that. So it's sometimes it doesn't do a good job, but this time it's actually doing a decent job of setting out the timing of that. So we have chorus 2 going through there, and then we have the bridge reflective section. So let's go back and let's start. Which source do you uh, want to start with? So let's start with some Sora prompts, and then so well, what I generally do is I'll ask it for Sora prompts and then also uh, phrases too that I can use for Envato elements to search for stock footage while so I can basically try and generate the Sora prompt, and while that's being generated I'll go through and try and find some appropriate stock footage if the Sora prompt doesn't really turn out too well, or I can use a combination of both Envato stock footage search terms. So let's bring up Sora. Okay, so as I mentioned, I have Sora Pro. So if you look here on the prompt, it's very uh, streamlined with Sora 2. All you really need to do is set this prompt here. But what you'd want to do here is you check here, you want to have, if you have Sora Pro, then you want to make sure that it's Sora Pro. Otherwise, if you just use regular Sora, then that's when you're going to get the watermarks. And so if you have that, you don't want the watermarks. So you want to make sure it's Sora Pro. And then orientation, you want to make sure that it's going to be landscape as opposed to portrait. A lot of people generate the portrait ones there. And then the resolution, we want to do high resolution, duration. Um, let's do, actually, you know what? Let's do 15 seconds because according to, like, if we went back to, sorry, let's go back to the prompt here. This one here says it's 0 to 15 for the introduction, so it's appropriate. The other thing that you can do is if you make it like 10 seconds long, you can actually just extend the, in DaVinci Resolve, you can retime the clip to make it less or more. But in this, because it's going to be 15 seconds, may as well let it generate the 15 seconds um, of length on that. So there we go. So let's see here what the first prompt is going to be here. So it gave Envato and then it gave, so here's our Sora prompt. And so we just need to basically copy that here and then just bring it into here, into our Sora prompt here. And then we're going to hit this and then we're going to queue that up. And so we'll let that do its thing and it will take a bit to do that. And while that is there, let's go into Envato elements. And then we're going to search, let's go to video. And then we can go to, want to do crossroads silhouette sunrise. It gives multiple search terms on that. So let's do this. And then we can search here and we can see if there's ones that, again, this is going to be for the introduction of the beginning of the video. Let's go back to the DaVinci Resolve and let's just play the very beginning of it and let's just listen and see what might be appropriate here. Okay, so that's basically the first 15 seconds of what it is for the intro. So let's see if we, I kind of like this one here. So that one might be a good one as a potential. So let's see here. And we want to grab the 1080p version of that. So we'll download it here and then we're going to stick it into our clips folder here. And once we do that, we'll bring that there. And then I'm just going to actually go over to my folder here on my other screen. You can't see that, but I'll just show you basically what I do here. Let me go back to DaVinci Resolve here on the screen and then bring over the give me a sec here. Back up. here, and then go into my clips here, and then I have it, and then I'm just going to bring this, I gotta go into my clips folder here in DaVinci Resolve, so here, and I'm just going to drag this into here so that it brings it into there. And then, so we just basically take this, and then we're just going to drag this into here. So let's see how this actually goes with this.
You call my name.
So it's a little bit longer. So what you can, I think that's a decent clip for finding that. But what we can do is we'll see what Sora actually came up with, but I'm actually kind of happy with that clip that I found. But for now, what you can do is you can basically time it right by clicking on the clip, and then if you do Control R, that will give it the retime control, and then you can just set it so that as soon as it's there, and then let's zoom out a little bit more here so that we have, and then we can just take this and drag it down so that it's nice and timed to the end of that, and then as soon as it starts speaking into the beginning of the verse, then that's going to be good. So if we go back here,
You call my
so then that's going to be a good way of timing things out on that. So let's see what Sora has come up with on that. Let's go to my Sora here, and then go to my drafts are still, you can see the time there. Once it goes full circle, then we'll see. So it does take a lot to actually generate the drafts, and it'll take longer depending on. Actually, this is a longer clip of 15 seconds compared to 10 seconds. 10 seconds is a little bit shorter clip, so it takes a little bit less to generate, but we'll see what it actually comes up with here. But let's see about what the next step is for the next prompt in ChatGPT. But that's basically the idea of finding things together with that. So we didn't need to like find a person standing still in the fog and different things, but I like what the first prompt was with that. Let's see what the next thing, the next one is 15 to 45 seconds is 30 with the call. You can actually have multiple prompts going at the same time. So let's start the next one going with Sora. So let's go back here and go back to the big, you can just down at the bottom here, we can just hit Sora prompt again and start that one going as well. And it's actually good to have like multiple prompts going at the same time. Uh, then it will save a little bit of time on that. But let's keep the flow going with this. Oh, did I just do the same prompt again? No, that's the right prompt. Okay, so this has hands opening slow motion. So this is supposed to be 15 to 45. Let's see what the song actually says in that spot, because I'm not really sure if I actually like what it's suggesting for that. Sometimes it gets things wrong. I like to, it's Sora, or sorry, Chat GPT will be a little nebulous in how it visualizes a song, and I like to be a little bit more concrete because then it will tell the story a little bit better.
Hey, you call my name from the fire in the dark. Show me your power, show me your heart. Now I'm standing at the edge of the road, with fear in my hands and a faith not yet bold. You said go back, I will be with you, but the weight of the calling feels heavy and true. Before the sea ever splits in two, there's obedience you're calling me to. From call to
So that's what the verse is. Let's listen to that again and let's see. I get the idea why it's saying fire and
you call my name from the fire in the dark. Show me your power, show me your heart. Now I'm standing at the edge of the road, with fear in my hands and a faith not yet bold. You said go back, I will be with you, but the weight of the calling feels heavy and true. Before the sea ever splits in two, there's obedience you're calling me to. From call.
so what I might do is like there's a lot of stuff going on in that verse, and so I might take that and layer some stuff over top of it so that it really visualizes things nicely in the uh, you know, sometimes bring some heart effects over top of it and things. But let's see what it actually has. So let's try and find some graphics there from Envato on that. So and slow motion. Let's do firelight reflection on face. I think that might be a good clip to find. Oops. It's a nice one there, but it doesn't really show the firelight. Let's see. I think maybe that the Sora one will do a better job of getting something, finding a clip from that. These are not really what we want. That's why generative AI is, you can get something that's a little bit more what you actually want compared to what is out there from clips that you use. But let's see what else is the other things for that. Person thinking alone, cinematic. Embers floating in a dark background. Maybe embers floating in a dark background might be good for the beginning of the thing and then just switching up to a different thing. there's a lot going on in this whole verse of, so I think we might want to pick out different things as well that are going on in the verse beyond just the fire aspect of things, because it's like 30 seconds of fire and should be more that's going on in that. So let's check and see if there's something for fire on this. There's more, yeah. Yeah, see, I like something like this to start out the verse. And then actually getting into more what the verse is actually saying. Like here's this nice, but again, the prompt that Sora is going to give is probably going to be a better representation. Like the Sora prompt for that was close-up cinematic shot of hands, slowly opening, firelight reflecting in eyes. Yeah, see, so that's probably going to be a better generated image of that on that. But we also, like, I think what I'd like to do is go get some more uh, specific information on that for here.
You call my name from the fire in the dark. Show me your power, show me your heart. Now I'm standing at the edge of the road with fear in my hands and a faith.
So there's like there's the concept of standing at the edge of the road, and that's not really respect. So I'm thinking that maybe just have another clip of, a road with someone standing.
Not yet bold. You said go back, I will be with you, but the weight of the calling feels heavy and true. Before the sea ever splits in two, there's obedience you call.
And the part about the sea splitting in two, um, I think that I could probably give Sora a prompt of the sea splitting in two, and that would be a powerful image to generate as well. So we can do that. Um, so let's see what happens with that. Let's see if Sora has finished our, let's reload the page here and see what it says here. So it's still not working yet. It's still working on the drafts of the information. So it's sort of, it's like 75% done. Okay, let's see what else we can do while we're waiting on that to work. 5:1 pre-chorus description. Let's throw this one in here too. 45 to 105, that's like 20 seconds. Let's throw that one into Sora as well. Let's change the prompt on this, the duration back to 10 seconds because we can always make it, retime it to a little bit more, but it'll be generated a little bit quicker than that. Let me just make sure that the rest of our other settings are right. Sora Pro, landscape, high resolution. The other thing too is you could also make it in standard resolution. It'll make it a little bit quicker to generate, but I still like to do high resolution for that. Makes things better. Oh, look, we have one of our videos is done. So let's just send this up here. And then let's go back here. Back.
And here,
The one that
and here, for a moment it's just me and the choice. And here, for a moment it's just me and the choice.
So Sora gives you audio as well as the video, and for our purposes, we don't need the audio at all. And so when we download the video, it's going to give you the audio. But so this would be let's just download this. I don't think I'm actually going to use this because I kind of like, this would be the part that we would use for the introduction of the video of the at the beginning of the song. But let's just download it and I will show you the way that you take the video from Sora and use it into, I'm just going to rename this here so that we know exactly more what it was. So okay, so that's there, and then let's go into DaVinci Resolve here, and then let's just bring that into DaVinci Resolve, and I'm just going to take this, I'm just going to throw this on top of the other one just as a show. So I can show you basically how you bring it in here for this as an example. So in order to bring in the video without the sound, you basically click on the intro to bring it in, and then you can like, but what we want to do is we just want to like, you can actually choose the intro or the whole clip. What you want to do is just highlight, move your mouse over top of it, and then just grab this video part here and then just drag it over top so that we do that. And so now basically what I've done is this is now going to be the intro of so you can see that the 15 seconds is a little bit more, And again, we can basically retime it by just clicking
Scott
Control
Boozer
R.
says song volume is much louder than you.
Yeah, I'll have to, here, you know what, let me just take this and make it so that it's less. And now can you hear me better on that? And I'll have to just make sure that I put it back up for the purposes of the demo. Is it better that you can hear me now?
Show me your power, show
I
me
think
your
that's
heart.
probably
Now I'm
better.
standing at the
Okay, yeah. So then I can basically speak over the,
Scott Boozer says better.
yeah, okay. So as I said, the Sora clip is a little bit longer than it needs to be, and so you can do the retime trick to just basically hit Control R on the clip to pull up the retime, and then just take the end of the clip and then just retime it there on that. So then now it's the same clip as the other one. So now we have basically, this is the top clip is the one that was generated by Sora, which is the person at the crossroads walking, and then I can disable this track and we can see the um, that's not, then you can see the other one that was the one that is the person just at the sunrise. So there's two different options there.
you call my name.
So it's a choice. I kind of like, see what the, I do kind of like the fog and the crossroads and stuff, and there's like a cross type thing here.
You call my name.
Let's keep it. So that is there, and so that's basically what you need to do is when you bring in Sora clips, you're just bringing in just the video, and you don't need to worry about the audio because the audio isn't going to work with what the what's been generated for that. So let's see if there's more stuff from Sora that's been generated here. Let's go back and see. No, this one's almost finished, and then that one's got quite a bit more to go, but we'll see. Let's see what the next portion is for this. Um, so I think we have the fiery part here of we're on decision here. So we did the call, and then we had cinematic shot of the person beginning to walk forward. So that's the pre-chorus there. Let's see what Envato Elements has for things that we could potentially do for that. Slow walk determination, walking forward, cinematic road. Let's see what we could do for that and see what we could find out for that. The other thing that I can show you with Envato Elements is actually has like millions of clips and images and things. So it's a good uh, it's worth the money, I think. But also, what they have now is they have generative AI. So, and the generative AI is a little bit quicker because the clips that you can generate with uh, Envato Elements is it's only like 5 seconds long. But for ones that are not as uh, you know, they're shorter clips, then it does a fairly decent job on things. So what we can do is we can take the prompt, say like let's take this prompt about beginning to walk here, and let's generate something in Envato Elements. So we go over here to let's go back to where's our generative? Oh, I'm gonna click here. I think they've moved it around. There it is, generative AI. And then we want to do video gen. And then we can just basically put in here the video gen. And we want to do 16 by 9 is fine. Let's see what the options are. Don't want to do sound or anything on that. And then we can just hit generate. And you can see the percentage is just it's generating things fairly quickly. So we can just sit there and let it go, but let's see what happens with Sora there. Looks like one of our other videos is done. I've turned off the sound, but
and what we let go, a light can carry. What we hold, we can let go. And what we let go, a light can carry.
so I like to turn off the sound because again, we're not going to be using the sound at all on this. But this definitely has better information. It was more appropriate. Okay, we got the AI generated video thing there, so let's click on that. Now, see, this is very. I don't like it how it's like running. So maybe we wouldn't really use this, but maybe let's see if let's go back to the song and see if it might be appropriate. Let's go to Sora and download this. And then let's go into DaVinci Resolve and bring in this here. And then
You call my name from the fire in the dark. Show me your power, show me your heart. Now I'm standing at the edge of the road with fear in my hands and
Okay, so the fire one here. So let's bring this in here. Again, just the video.
You call my name from the fire in the dark. Show me your power, show me your heart. Now I'm standing at the edge of the road with fear in my hands and a faith not yet bold. You said go back.
So let's see.
You call my name from the fire in the dark. Show me your power, show me your heart. Now I'm standing at the edge of the road.
It might be kind of like the standing at the edge of the road. We could use that clip from Envato where he's running on that. So we could use that. But let's do something a little different with this clip because it's
You call my name from the fire in the dark. Show me your power, show me your heart.
don't really need the hand.
My name from the fire in the dark. Show me your power, show me your heart.
So let's go back to this. Let's get rid of this and start from the part where it's the
What
let's start from the person's eyes there. Let's go back. So start from there and let's see.
what we hold, we can let go. And what we let go, a light can carry.
We probably just grab this clip from there and put it in here. Like that, and then let's
You call my name from the fire in the dark. Show me your power, show me your heart. Now I'm standing at the edge.
and then what we can do is
Standing at the edge. Show me your heart. Now I'm standing.
can either cut it at the point where it talks about standing at the edge.
Now I'm standing at the edge of the road with fear in my hands and a faith not yet bold. You said go back.
Actually, I kind of like, rather than using the clip from Envato, if you listen, feel that
You call my name from the fire
keep
in the dark. Show me your power,
the
show
video
me your heart.
of that
Now I'm
because
standing at
like
the edge of the
standing
road.
at the edge of the road, the person's just sort of standing there with the hands open there, so it kind of the timing sort of works on that. Let's see, standing at
I'm
the
standing at the edge. Your power, show me your heart. Now I'm standing at the edge.
what we could do is make it retime it a bit so that the standing at the edge is more.
At the edge. Now I'm standing at.
Let's try and retime it a little bit.
Now I'm. Now I'm standing at the. Your heart. Now I'm standing at the edge of the road. With fear in my hands and a faith not yet bold. You said go back.
Yeah, I like that timing on that. So that's what you can do. You can retime the clip, and it worked out very nicely with the way that it kind of did. That's a kind of a happy accident on
Name
that.
from the fire in the dark. Show me your power, show me your heart. Now I'm standing at the edge of the road. With fear in my hands and a faith not yet bold. You said go back, I will be with you. But the weight of the calling feels heavy and true. Before the sea ever splits in two, there's obedience you're calling me to. From call.
So now basically we have this whole section that would be good to like.
You said go back.
I think what I need to like just do is take this
You said go.
and retime it a little bit so that it's like
You said go.
so that it just times out very nicely on that, and I think that'll be good.
Faith not yet bold. You said go back, I will be with you. But the weight of the calling feels heavy and true. Before the sea ever splits in two, there's obedience you're calling me to. From call.
So you said go back is like the I think that's the bridge part, so we can do something. Let's find out what the bridge is and then see what we can do to generate a clip that's, excuse me, what that looks like. Or that'd be is that the pre-chorus? But I'm not really familiar with the song yet, so I don't know what the, yeah, that's, no, it's not, it's the end of the verse. It's sort of the end of the verse and the pre-chorus. Okay, so, but I would say that's sort of like part of the pre-chorus as well. So let's see what is going on with this. So
You said go back, I will be with you. But the weight of the calling feels heavy and true. Before the sea ever splits in two, there's obedience you're calling me to. From call.
yeah, I like that. So I'd say that's like the more of the pre-chorus, that whole section there. So let's take this and then bring it into You have to love that ChatGPT thinks that every suggestion that you give is just the bee's knees. Not necessarily, but okay, so let's see. So let's generate this. You can see why videos can take a long time to generate because generating things with Sora can take a while and finding the clips can take a while. But the end video that comes out, I think, is pretty good. So let's see. We had another video, another one that was done. Let's check and see what this one is. So this part is, I think, where is this supposed to be? I forget which that problem. When you start different prompts, you lose the spot of where you were and that. But let's see here. This is cinematic shot of a person beginning to walk forward. So that was the pre-chorus. But so this is actually, this isn't, we're basically doing the pre-chorus again with the combination of the verse on that. So we'll see here. Let's move on to the chorus here. Let's see if we can find information from walking into sunlight, journey beginning cinematic. Let's see. Let's listen to the song and see.
Call to action, I'm learning to move. Trust in the steps you're telling me to. Even when fear is louder than faith, I'll follow you forward, I won't hesitate. From call to action, not just what I say, but how I obey you day after day. If you've called me, Lord, I will go. From the burning bush to the long unknown. Getting the ducks in.
Okay, so from call to action. What I like now, the other resource that I often use, and I think maybe this might be a good, I might need to switch out my source here to a different, let me do this quickly because my microphone is dying here. So let me just quickly do that so that I can make sure that I'm continuing to, that I don't lose you guys on that. So just give me a second here. And switch this out. Sorry about that.
Okay, can you still hear me? I've switched my microphone out and see. Can you still hear me okay? It actually might be a little bit better. Okay, I think
Scott
it might.
Boozer says yes.
Okay, great. All right.
Scott
So
Boozer says it is better.
okay, great. Yeah, I'll just use that, and then that should be fine. I'm just going to put this one in here for now. All right. Okay, so let's just continue on with this and
You said go back, I will and feels heavy and true.
so the other resource that I often use, and this might be good for the chorus, and it might be way more appropriate, is lightstock.com, which, as I mentioned, was the Christian stock footage company. So let's go in here and now let's just see if we can ask ChatGPT for some good search terms for video clips. So it's saying like worship and stuff, but I'd like it to be more okay. So movement. Let's do people walking forward, slow motion. There was a clip that I used in the other video that I had where people were walking towards the cross, which is, I might use that clip again. I've already got it there, but I might use that again. But I've used that in often, but let's see. Anyways, lightstock.com. So let's see what it says when we find this. So let's search here for this. Okay, so it's not really finding people walking forward, but slow motion. Didn't really do much. Let's see what else. Let's try purpose. And then let's switch it to just video. So then we can do something like this with that. See, there's something like that with the cross purpose there. See what else is there for. See if this one gives some good information here. Again, it's not really pulling up. That's the problem with Lightstock. Doesn't really have a good way to find stuff. It's more like term search. You have to just try and find, single word terms that you find. But that's what they do have nice clips, but you just have to try and find them properly. Let's see what Sora's got back on, if there's, it's still working. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there's this one. That's so this was the one that was for the pre-chorus. So let's download this and stick that in and see if that makes. Just call it pre-chorus one. Let's see how that actually.
You said go back, I will be with you, but the weight of the calling feels heavy and true. Before the sea ever splits in two, there's obedience you're calling me to.
Okay, so that's what it's supposed to go into here. So let's take this again with just the video. Let's see here.
You said go back, I will be with you, but the weight of the calling feels heavy and true. Before the sea ever splits in two, there's obedience you're calling me to.
So what we need to do is, again, I remember I switched it back to a 10-second clip, and so it was a little bit faster to generate, but we need it to be a little bit longer, but that's fine because we, again, can retime things. So we'll just take it. I like to put the playhead at the end there, and then if you just retime it there, then it snaps to that portion there, and then that's a nice way to have it there. So let's go back to here and just
You said go
listen.
back, I will be with you, but the weight of the calling feels heavy and true. Before the sea ever splits in two, there's obedience you're calling me to. From call to action.
I think that's okay for that clip there. So now we're back. We're into the chorus from Call to Action.
I'm learning to move, trusting the steps you're telling me to. Even when fear is louder than faith, I'll follow you forward, I won't hesitate. From call to action, not just what I say, but how I obey you day after day. If you've called me, Lord, I will go. From the burning bush to the long unknown. Get in the dark.
So the chorus is fairly short, but there's like, I mean, that's the whole point of the song, from Call to Action. But let's go back to Sora and see what it says about what we may need to like get it to give better prompts on that. Figure standing. Let's see. Back to the chorus part and see what's suggested. Well, again, think we might need to just tell it that we want it to be more thematic, like on point for that. So, chorus, pre-chorus, chorus, call to action. (105 to 135) is like 40 seconds long. But let's see here. We want to actually
Patio door.
let's do chorus one needs to be more on point with call to action and the idea of movement. And you give a better prompt or search terms for clips.
Patio door.
So that might be, Faith Journey might be a good something to put in to Lightstock. Faith Journey. Yeah, see, there's something that's yeah, see these again, it's about the finding the terms of stuff. That might be a nice one to there's a couple pages here. That one might be something at the end to use. Let's start with this one. Let's maybe put something at the end for the chorus end. Okay, pick. Is it doing that? Just videos? Yeah, okay. That one looks like it didn't really do much. Looks like it's just a still video. The person's not really doing much. Back to the first page, see. That's to the word action. Might be too broad.
Scott Boozer says GTG, thanks for doing this, got some good ideas. Breakaway Fair says thanks for joining.
So this is, I mean, this is basically the whole process. Lather, rinse, and repeat. Get the prompts, and then bring it into DaVinci Resolve, retime the clips, make sure that it's working well, and find appropriate clips. That's the key. Uh, that takes the time, and finding good appropriate clips or generating good appropriate clips, using the AI to find good ways to prompt and search for the clips is a way that you can help aid in that. To Before, it was just a, a shot in the dark on this, but using AI really helps with this, to do that. So here's something that, a call to action. Got guy stepping into the ring. I don't know if I want to do like the person fighting and things like that. I don't know. That's something I want to do. But it's along the idea of stuff. Want to go with that. Surprised that they have this type of. Well, we could maybe do this. This guy working out. If anybody has any further questions or clarifications on this, as I'm just searching through this, that's fine. But this is basically, again, as I say, the process of things, and I think maybe, as I've said, there really isn't anything beyond this process of generating the thing, as I said, generating the music, then finding the prompts, and finding the videos that we want to use, and putting it all together and timing things in the way that we want to time it. And I will just probably continue on from this point and probably just end the stream, as this point is just, as I say, lather, rinse, and repeat on this. And I will send put a link in the video of the stream with a link to the final video that you can watch at the end. But I think at this point, I will probably just end the stream now. I hope that you have enjoyed the stream. And if you have any further questions on that, leave a comment and I will try and get back to you on it and answer the questions on that. The other thing that I recently found was that there's a other tool called Higginsfield AI, which basically has a way that you can use different AIs, using Sora and Veo 3 and others. And so I've just investigated starting to use that. And so I'm looking at that because Sora is it's very expensive. So I'm looking at other ways to generate video. So we'll see about using Higginsfield AI. Higginsfield, they had a deal that you can get it for, if you buy it for 2 years, it's fairly expensive, but for that price you get it for 2 years, and it was 85% off the actual price. And then you get I got the best package for it, and it gives you like a lot of video generation on that. So I'm gonna see how that works out. So we'll see. But I will probably, as I said, just end the stream at the moment unless there's anyone else that has any questions on that, and I will just figure out and complete the video offline. And again, as I said, I will post the video link of the finished video that you can look at once it has finished, and you can watch the final version of the video. So again, thank you so much for joining me on this, and I hope that you found it useful, and I trust that you will maybe be inspired to create AI videos for your sermon, for your pastors or other people as well. And it's a great tool to be able to get the message out. And so if you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. If you're not subscribed already, thank you for people who have subscribed to my channel already. God bless you, and have a wonderful rest of the evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are watching from. So take care.